Welcome to the FX Options Weekly Outlook, a weekly podcast series hosted by Jason Ayres, a top instructor, trader, and founder of OptionSource.net. Join Jason as he discusses the latest trends in the Forex market with a look ahead on the US dollar versus the major currencies using the most commonly used technical indicators.
Hi there and welcome to the FX Options Weekly Outlook for October 5th, 2009. As always, this is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. Let's start off first with a look at our weekly US dollar index. It's a great way to gain some perspective as to how the US dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. And as you can see here, we still are consolidating within the 76-77 focal zone. At this point, we're not ruling out the possibility for a test up into the 78-79 focal zone here. However, with the lack of follow-through, we are open to the possibility of a move that may extend as deep as 73-74. With a quick look at our daily snapshot, you can see the consolidation that is forming within that 76-77 focal zone, looking somewhat like the possibility of a bear flag formation, again suggesting to be cautious with respect to the possibility of a move to the downside. Next up, the US versus the Canadian dollar, as seen here in the FX Options pair value CDD. Well, we're now back down, retesting that support level at the 107-108 focal zone, and we really want to see a decisive move and in fact close above this 109.5 identified here with a little trend line to lend further credibility to that test of our 111-112 focal zone. If the 107-108 level does not hold, we are looking for a move that may extend as deep as our 103-104 box. Let's take a look at the YUK, the US versus the Japanese yen, and we're still consolidating within that 89.90 focal zone. We had a little bit of a drop below that range to test approximately 88.5, but we did see the pair value close back up into that range, suggesting that this is an important level that needs to be held. If we do see a little more of a robust move to the upside, we would be targeting 91 to 91.5, with our next target being 92, 92.5. However, if the 89.90 doesn't hold, 87, 87.5 is the likely target to the downside. Well, the US dollar has gained some ground against the euro, as seen here in the FX Options pair value EUI. However, the pair value is still having trouble staying above that 68.5 level there. As you can see here, we're back down trading within that 68, 68.5 focal zone. Now, another definitive break above this level does lend credibility to the continuation of the EUI up into the 69.5, 70 focal zone. However, we are cautious of the possibility of a bear flag forming, which may indeed start the next leg down into the 66 box. Next up, the BPX, the US versus the pound. Well, the US dollar continues to gain strength against the British pound. As you can see here, we are actually consolidating above our 62, 62.5 focal zone. However, there is some resistance in at the 63 level, so we're still open for the possibility of a move back down that may see this last leg to the upside retrace. However, a consolidation above here does lend some credibility to a push up into the 64-65 box. Finally, let's take a look at the US versus the Australian dollar, as seen here in the FX Options pair value AUX. We still see this pair value consolidating within that 114-115 focal zone after an attempt last week to break above. We're now back in this range. A break below 114 will suggest the possibility of a move that may extend as deep as 110. However, another attempt higher with a break above 116 opens the window for a move up into this 117-118 focal zone. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the US dollar index has had no real follow through to the upside and is consolidated between 77, 77.5 for quite some time now. Although 78 is a realistic target, we are suspect of a possible flag formation suggesting a move to the downside. The CDD continues to retest support at 106, 107. As long as this holds, we do anticipate further US dollar strengthening against the Canadian dollar. The YUK continues to consolidate in the 89.90 focal zone. With this being important support, we still expect some retracement. The EUI is still flirting with 68.5 without a more credible follow-through. We are cautious of the possibility that we may be seeing a bear flag forming. The BPX is still testing important resistance level just above the 62.5 focal zone, although we may see a pullback here. Momentum supports a continuation to the upside. And finally, the AUX continues to consolidate in our 114-115 focal zone. A break above 116 will likely signal a more robust move to the upside. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for October 5th, 2009. I'm Jason Ayres of OptionsSource.net. Thanks for joining me here this week. We will see you here next week.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary, visit www.fxoptions.com. Become an OptionSource.net member. Visit www.optionsource.net. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.